Have you ever wondered why simply being nice to women doesn't seem to spark the attraction you're hoping for? You follow all the so-called rules. You're polite, you listen intently. You shower her with compliments. But instead of drawing her in, she seems more intrigued by the guy who barely puts in any effort. Why is that most men assume that being nice automatically makes them more appealing? But what if I told you that being overly accommodating is actually pushing women away? Today we're going to break down exactly why that happens, and what you should be doing instead, using principles from Stoicism, real-life examples and psychological insights. The trap of seeking approval. Let me share a story. A friend of mine, let's call him Jake, was one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet. He always agreed with whatever a woman said, never argued, and made himself available at all times. But despite his unwavering kindness, he found himself stuck in the friend zone over and over again. One day he finally asked, "What am I doing wrong?" The hard truth was that Jake wasn't being genuinely kind. He was being agreeable out of fear. He feared disappointing her. He feared rejection. He feared standing his ground. And that's where he lost his power. Women don't respect men who put them on a pedestal. They are naturally drawn to those who stand firm in their values, who don't bend over backward just to win approval. And this is where Stoicism comes into play. The power of the Stoic mindset. The philosophy of Stoicism emphasizes self-discipline, emotional control, and detachment from external validation. This means not constantly seeking approval, not reacting impulsively to emotions, and not placing your self-worth in someone else's hands. When you integrate Stoicism into your interactions with women, you stop over-explaining yourself. You set boundaries without the fear of losing her. You prioritize your own purpose over seeking attention. You respond with calm, logical confidence instead of desperation. Let's go back to Jake once he embraced these principles. He stopped over-apologizing. He focused on his own goals. He spoke with quiet assurance. And suddenly, women started treating him differently. He was no longer just nice. He was respected, grounded, and self-sufficient. That made all the difference. What you should do instead. So what's the alternative to simply being nice? Here's what works: be kind. But don't be a pushover. Treat people with respect, but never let anyone walk all over. You have a purpose beyond women. Your mission, whether it's fitness, business, or personal growth, should always come first. Stop seeking validation. Your worth isn't defined by whether a woman likes you or not. Be confident in yourself. Master emotional control. Stoics believe that emotional outbursts are a sign of weakness. Stay calm, collected, and composed. Speak less, say more. Confidence doesn't come from over-explaining. It comes from speaking with purpose and clarity. Develop unshakable self-respect. If you don't respect yourself, no one else will detach from the outcome. Don't obsess over whether she likes you or not. Focus on your own growth, and the right people will be naturally drawn to you. Deeper dive into Stoic principles. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is amor fati, or the love of fate. This principle teaches you to accept reality as it is, rather than wishing things were different. If a woman isn't interested in you, don't dwell on it, accept it. Move on and see rejection as redirect. Another key Stoic practice is premeditatio malorum, the visualization of potential setbacks. Before interacting with a woman, mentally prepare for challenges. She might test your confidence, ignore your messages, or even reject you outright. If you've already anticipated these scenarios, you'll respond with composure rather than desperation. A famous lesson from Marcus Aurelius states, "You have power over your mind. Not outside events realize this, and you will find strength." This is crucial when it comes to attraction. You can't control how a woman reacts to you, but you can control your actions. Thoughts and emotions, real-world application. Imagine you're on a date, and she makes a sarcastic comment about your job. A typical nice guy might nervously laugh, agree, or try to justify himself. But a Stoic man He remains composed, makes direct eye contact, and responds with calm confidence. He doesn't need to prove anything. His presence does that for him. Well, let's say you text a woman and she doesn't reply for hours. The nice guy sends a follow-up text, wondering if he did something wrong. The stoic man, he simply moves on with his day, focused on his priorities. He doesn't chase, he attracts. The psychology of attraction. Attraction isn't just about looks or wealth. It's about energy. A man who is self-assured, independent, and emotionally in control is far more attractive than a man who is constantly trying to win approval. Studies in psychology have shown that women are more drawn to men who exude confidence and stability. This is because stability signals strength, reliability, and leadership, qualities that are inherently attractive on a biological level. When you start placing women at the center of your world and start living with purpose, you naturally become more magnetic. You're not chasing her, you're on your own path. And that in itself is enticing. Cultivating the Stoic mindset in daily life. How can you practice Stoicism in everyday situations? Here are a few practical exercises. Morning reflection. Each morning, take a few minutes to remind yourself of your goals and values. Set the tone for the day with a mindset of resilience and self-control. Delayed reactions. When faced with a frustrating situation, pause before responding. This helps you build emotional discipline and prevents you from reacting impulsively. Daily challenges. Push yourself out of your comfort zone regularly, whether it's cold showers, fasting, or taking on difficult tasks. This conditions you to handle discomfort with ease. Journaling. Write down moments when you felt reactive or insecure. Reflect on how you could have handled them with more stoic composure. At the end of the day, being nice won't earn you respect, but being a man of value, discipline, and unwavering confidence, that's what truly makes a difference. The key takeaway: stop trying to be liked. Instead, be the kind of man who commands respect through his mindset, his actions, and his presence. The moment you shift from seeking validation to embracing your own power, everything changes. You become the kind of man who naturally draws others in, not through desperation, but through quiet strength. And that is what true attraction is all about.